Why not?
So the other day I was talking to my wife and I was talking about you guys. I was talking about you guys and how your comments give me life. Like I thoroughly enjoy reading everything that you guys have to say in the comments. It really does give me life. So please keep the comments coming. One of the other things I appreciate about you guys is that you always send me information or ideas of stories that I need to cover. And one of the most common ones lately has been this story about this small town mayor of Kansas. His name is Joe Ceballos. And if you haven't heard the story, here it is. So Joe Ceballos came to America when he was 4 years old, was brought here by his parents. Sometime in like 1990, he was granted legal status here. So basically legal status means that you can work, you can, you don't have to be in hiding basically. And he lived under that legal status up until like a couple of months ago. But during that time, he had this legal status. He was also voting and serving his community as a city council member and then a mayor. So what happened is he went to try and file to get actual citizenship here in America. And there was a question on the citizenship paper that asked, have you ever voted in an American election? And he put yes. Now, according to him, he didn't know all these years that this was illegal for him to be voting. He's a Republican. He voted straight Republican ticket. He says he probably voted. He knows that he voted for Donald Trump, and he probably voted for the Attorney General in Kansas, who is now the one bringing him up on these charges of illegally voting. The Trump administration, Kristi Noem, Homeland Security, they've already spoken on this. They're calling him an illegal alien criminal. Understand something about this guy. This guy has been a Republican all of his life. He also does not speak Spanish. One of the best parts about this entire article that I read is that this guy, Joe Ceballos, had the nerve to say he is afraid. Because if he gets sent back to Mexico, he knows nothing about it there, and he also doesn't speak Spanish. You don't say. That's crazy, because that's exactly what has been happening to everyone because of your illegal votes. Because you illegally voted for Donald Trump, and like 85% of the people in the town he lives in voted for Donald Trump, exactly what he's afraid of happening to him has been happening to other people. And this is the kind of crazy, weird part about the whole thing, too. This entire city that he lives in, which is has a population of a little bit less than 1,000 people. Like I said, 85 to 90% of them voted for Donald Trump. These people are coming to his defense. They're saying things like, Joe's a great guy. He served his community. He's a good husband. He's a good father. He's got some grandchildren. There's a picture of him with his grandsons after they won a state championship. And people are like, this is the way Joe is. He loves his grandchildren. He's such a pillar of the community and everything. And I'm just wondering how many of these people fall for the propaganda on Fox News. Because the person that Joe is, that's all the Hispanic people I know. That's all of the immigrant people that I know. They fell for this idea, this talking point, this hate that all of these immigrants are just here committing crimes and shit. Like, how many of these people do you guys realize are like the people who bag your groceries, the people who come to your house and I don't know, they deliver packages to you. They may mow your lawn. They might be your nurse, your kid's teacher. I mean, there are many people that were granted legal status under, the Reagan administration, the Clinton administration, the Bush administration, who are people who are in the same position as Joe. And it's like you didn't realize this until it happened to someone that was affected by you. There was some woman in his town who wrote this really heartfelt story about him and just said, and here's the part I love the most, tagged Donald Trump. I need to explain something to these people because, again, this letter that she wrote was very heartfelt. And honestly, if Joe hadn't voted for Donald Trump, he would be someone I would be fighting for. I would be advocating for. But I don't have the empathy for those people. And my empathy is reserved for people who didn't vote for this shit. So she writes this heartfelt thing, and she tags Donald Trump. What I want these people to realize, the same way that you have been looking at other people, when you have read similar stories to Joe's, and you've thought, oh well, mass deportations now, this is what I voted for. That is exactly how other people look at Joe. See, you guys see Joe as a good person who deserves to be a citizen in this country. But the other people who voted for this, they look at Joe as an illegal alien criminal. And that is exactly how Donald Trump sees him. You guys think tagging Donald Trump in these dumbass stories that you guys are writing means anything? He doesn't give a damn. It doesn't matter to him that Joe might have supported him or Joe voted for him. Just like the Somali people in Minnesota, he doesn't give a damn. He doesn't care that they helped him get elected. He doesn't care that Joe was probably knocking on doors for him and putting signs on people's lawns for him. He doesn't give a damn. You guys see Joe. Understand this. The way you see Joe is how people like me who voted in Joe's best interests sees every single immigrant. But the people who voted for this, who stood at Donald Trump rallies and cheered him on when he said Mexico are sending their worst, they're sending their criminals, they're sending their drug dealers, they're sending their gang members. Those people don't give a damn about Joe. They don't care about Joe's grandchildren. They don't care that Joe is a good husband and a good family member and all of that. They don't give a damn. You guys voted for this. It's funny to me. It's like you guys are like, we're going to go to bat for our favorite Hispanic. If only you had this type of empathy before it affected your friend, before it affected people that you know. Because understand something. People like me, we voted for Joe. We voted for Joe to be able to be here, live here, vote here, work here, whatever. We voted for that. You didn't. You are now crying to people like us to come to his defense. We're not going to. One thing that really pisses me off the most is that immigration attorneys, and it doesn't piss me off that they do it, it pisses me off that this guy thinks he is entitled to it. These immigration attorneys, who typically are out here fighting for people who didn't vote for this, they're such good people that they're even fighting for people like Joe. That's crazy to me because I couldn't do it. I cannot do it. I cannot give one damn about people like that. I asked one of the people, I asked them straight up in their comments, someone who wrote a heartfelt story about Joe. I said, be honest with yourself. Think a little bit. Think back to when you saw a story that was similar to Joe's. Think back when you saw a video of a father being arrested and his wife and his kids crying, standing there, watching him being taken away. Did you care? What did you say when you saw that? Ask yourself, if it weren't Joe, would you be saying what you're saying right now? Because it is my belief. It is a very well-educated guess. It's unequivocal. You would be saying, oh well, mass deportations now. This is exactly what I voted for. Every single one of you people who live in that town of Kansas, who voted for Donald Trump, you should be applauding this. You should be happy to see Joe going through exactly what he's going through. And it's so crazy because they're now turning on the Attorney General. They're saying that he's trying to, better his career. This is a witch hunt. They're using Donald Trump's language to demonize someone who is doing Donald Trump's bidding. Do you guys understand how stupid these people are? How dumb and how ironic all of this is. How ironic it is that they're trying to fight for someone to be just, hey, let this one slide. Come on, Joe's a good guy. Let him stay here. He should be granted. Like someone really wrote in one of their letters to Donald Trump, you should grant Joe citizenship right now and allow him to stay the mayor of this town in Kansas. That's hilarious to me. I wish I had the time to go to Kansas, to go to that small town and point and laugh at every single one of those people. And Joe. And his family members who think that, you know, they voted for this. And listen, in every one of their stories, they all still say, I'm all for Border Patrol. I'm all for Donald Trump, you know, making sure we got but Joe's not one of them. He's one of the good ones. Do you guys realize that's what 90% of people, most people, you choose a culture, you choose an ethnicity, you choose a color. Most people in that culture, in that subset, want exactly what you want. Every single person wants to have a house, a car, a job, a family, and safety for that family. Who the hell are you guys meeting that you think Joe is an exception? He's who these people are. They're good, hardworking people who want a safe space for their family. Joe's not an exception. He's the rule. He's who these people are. I don't know what type of people you are running into, but I know my students, the families, the athletes that I've come in contact with, they're all good people. I don't care about Joe. I don't care about the people in Kansas who voted for this. I hope the worst. I hope Joe gets deported. I want Joe to be deported. And I think we should celebrate that because this is what you voted for. Why should I be upset about people getting exactly like 100% of what they voted for? I'm not. I'm actually pretty happy about it. I look forward to your comments because as I've always said, they really do give me life. Like I read your comments and I die laughing. I die laughing at all of you who are like, Coach, I'm 100% with you. Don't stop doing it. Don't stop saying it. This is what they voted for. They get what they get. As always, if you guys haven't yet, I know some people have been saying, man, Coach D, I've been watching your videos for like 5 months and I haven't realized I wasn't subscribed. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Please do. We're on the road to 200,000 subscribers. And as always, I really do appreciate you guys. Period.
Don't want no enemies or ops. Envy in their heart, I tell them stop. Vacation on the yacht.